Hey Aquarius, it's Empress Rose here. Welcome to your reading. These are general readings. We're going to take what works, leave what doesn't. As with everything in life, if I don't catch your wavelength or storyline on this reading, check your other major placements. And if you haven't already, please do click that subscribe button. It makes me happy, but not only that, it also helps other people find this channel and these messages. Let's see. We're starting with the Oracle cards, Work Your Light this week, and Urban Crow. And then we're going to move on to the Tarot of Mystical Moments for a more traditional tarot spread. So, whoa, beautiful. Not everyone, the Urban Crow deck has some darker messages, which I really appreciate that those are allowed to come out and that we can, and it provides an opportunity to discuss some of the darker things. You're not getting any of those, but, and Work Your Light is usually, you know, it's Work Your Light. It's pastels, it's light, it's exciting and talking more about keeping us positive and keeping us up and encouragement. So the two combined are kind of being a little interesting this week because they're, but the other readings have all had some really dark crow messages and some nice light, but now they're the reverse for you guys. So, well, not really. Oh, this is cool. This is cool. Imrama, where are you being called to journey to? So this could be some sort of vision quest, some sort of sacred place, a pilgrimage, a trip you might be going on to some sort of sacred place, some sort of beautiful sacred place. So where are you being called to journey to? Taking a trip, going somewhere. And then we also have a sacred space right here. So I really like that, these two together. Where are you being called to journey to? This could be a pilgrimage to visit some sort of sacred space here. And then we have initiation, rite of passage, crossing the threshold. So some sort of milestone being hit. It may have been a difficult journey to get here. This can be anything from like a birthday to a graduation or to just like, yeah, that's what happens in this industry, or, you know, this is, you know, welcome to, you know, welcome to this business, or welcome to something. So there's some sort of passage of it. It's not, it may not feel very welcoming, but it is sort of like, welcome to this new thing, or you're now part of the club. You're now in this. So a rite of passage, where you're being called to journey to. So you might be being called to go somewhere or experience something sacred, going someplace, and it might be a little bit of a difficult journey. There might be something, you know, a rite of passage. I almost see like the hazing that life can give us when we want something, but it's not always that bad. I've gotten this card with just things like it's a birthday, it's the next milestone, it's a big, you know, it's something big. You've made it to the next level. This one depicts, you know, a little bit of scary things, and then we've got this beautiful. It's almost like we've got this scene right back here, right? So you might have a little bit of a journey, a little bit of a rite of passage as you go to this thing that you're looking for. Where are you being called to journey to? This almost feels very like physical place, a sacred space for you to journey to. You have freedom to go there. Freedom to do what you want. Freedom, you have been released from something and you're free to go now. You're free to go on this journey. You are experiencing some kind of freedom, an opening up of a release of some sort of burden that's held you back. I love these roses. It's almost like this bird has finished opening night and has received his roses for opening night and is taking a bow here. So some sort of release from the norm, a moment outside the norm. I'm seeing this again with where you're being called. You're free to go. You're free to go. You're free to go. That's what I keep hearing. You're free to go. Sacred space here, honoring some sort of maybe incubation period. This could also be that rite of passage, an incubation period, a time where we're taking care. I'm going to read this one from the book because it's intriguing me as far as with the rest of the message. And balance. So I'm still working with the Urban Crow Oracle, and I find the book is adding a lot of some other things to it that I find it useful. I don't usually read from a book on here, but with the Urban Crow, I'm enjoying a lot of the stories and a lot of what she talks about. It kind of can add some layers here, but we might be needing to balance some sort of responsibility and also the freedom. So let's read balance first, I think. Oh, this is reminding me of that Neville Brothers song. Well, the Neville Brothers sing it, but I think it's Leonard Cohen's writing. Like a bird on a wire, I've tried in my way to be free. So these two cards together, like that. And free bird, yeah, there's some fun there. Okay, they seem almost unfazed or bothered by the wind as they sit on their wire. When we are in balance, we meet external forces with our own internal strength, giving each space to exist in harmony. So, inner balance. And then I do sacred space, although that seems pretty straightforward, but maybe your sacred space is your home. Maybe it's the beach or your favorite path in the woods. Sacred space may also point to an inner place, a belief you hold dear. It is a place that brings comfort and nurtures your development. This is your sanctuary. When you receive this card, it is a call to rejuvenate your spirit. It's time to connect with the healing energy of your sacred space. So in both of this balance and sacred space talk about inner work, but I'm also seeing where you're being called to journey to. I think there's a sacred space either within or without that. You are free to go to that. You are getting sort of, I see this as permission, a free pass to go someplace where you want to go, to leave the norm behind and head out where you want to go. And there is something that is calling to you. It may be a little bit of a rough ride to get there, but you're free to go now. I just keep hearing that. You're free to go. Oh my gosh, my heater's going to come on. And it's basically a jet engine. The intake is right there, and it goes right into this giant blower. And it's loud. So, all right, Aquarius. What do we have? What does the tarot have for you? This is your past, your present, your inner landscape. What's at issue? Your environment, to-do list, possible outcome. Yeah, beautiful. Some hard energies, some good energies. We got a mixed bag here. Indicated by where we're even starting is a mixed bag. Death card. Big changes going on in your life. A huge change. Huge changes going on. We have sort of something leaving, something old, something, it's time for it to go. There is a divine timing message coming in here. There's time for something to end. There's a way of being. There's a relationship. There's a situation in your life that's ended already or is in the process of ending. This is, it adheres to the great recycling principles in our universe of all of these parts. Nothing is wasted. All of these parts will be reused again to build a new life, to build something new, to build new flowers. So you're dealing with sort of an end, a big ending, a big shift maybe in your life, a big ending, and then the death card always reminds me, especially with the way Welz-Stein has depicted it, that there's that renewal there after a change. Every goodbye necessitates a hello. Every ending necessitates a new beginning. Those are the rules, and nothing is just wasted. It's all getting recycled and renewed. Every part of that caterpillar that goes into the cocoon gets put into the butterfly, right? So even if there's a massive, major transformation in what the being looks like and how it's even put together, every single piece is used and everything is necessary. So there's no there is loss, but this is death card specifically looks at there is no loss that isn't useful to the next phase or to life, right? To your life. So in your current situation, this could be somebody around you, someone that's in your life, or a energy that's part of your life right now. It's a court card, so it indicates a possibility of a person. This person is male or female, King of Pentacles, successful, secure, financially secure. This is at the peak of their career. They have been very successful. They've made their moves. They've planned, they've plotted. This is slow growth success. This is a person who has been very smart with their money, smart with their moves. I don't even know how you do that, but this person did. They figured it out, how to be smart with their moves and their money. And there they are. They stand almost with a trophy of security, and they've really been able to build something here. They've been successfully financially or in their career or in some way that is clear and obvious and visible to the naked eye. And then we have in your inner landscape, your hopes, your fears, you have 5 of Wands. So 5 of Wands, I love the way Welz-Stein depicts the 5 of Wands here, because this is about conflict. This could be about inner conflict, debating, strategizing. The 5 of Wands to me talks about all the different ways that people approach problems and move through life, strategies, thinking things through. You know, here in the 5 of Wands, this is chess, not checkers. So there might be some complexity here, complex motivations, complex ways of approaching conflict, right? Each chess piece has different things that it can and cannot do. It has different rules that it plays by. It has each chess piece has a different modus operandi as it moves across the board, and a different purpose. Our bishop has a different purpose than the pawn, right? And our knight moves very differently than our king. So there's just a lot of different motivations here, a lot of different ways things can move, and there's conflict. But it's not necessarily a big fight, but there's just strategizing and you may be trying to figure out what's the best strategy to get where you want to go. You may be feeling a lot of inner conflict. You may be dealing with what is this other person's mode? How are they moving? What is their, and so it can be hard to tell, really. It's one of the things that exhausts me about life is all the different motivations and strategies everybody has, and all the infinite combinations of motivations and strategies and sight that everybody has. It can be a little, how could I possibly anticipate all of that? So it just always reminds me to stay in my, what am I doing and what do I want? Because I can't guess at everybody else's complexity. So this could be a complex, you could be worried about complexity. You could be worried about having to deal with complexity or having to deal with some kind of conflict. You could be worried about entering into a conflict, entering into some sort of complex situation where, you don't really want to be there. So hopes and fears, 5 of Wands would typically be a fear or just something that's on your mind, your inner landscape, but it could be a fear of ending up in some sort of complex contest of wills or complex battleground or something that is just it's a battle, but it's strategies and it's and you may be not wanting something quite that complex, wanting something to be a little simpler. So you could be worried about conflict and complex conflict. In your environment, or no, what's at issue here? We have Queen of Wands in the reverse. So Queen of Wands is in the reverse. Queen of Wands is probably a person in your life that's not very intuitive, doesn't really know what they want. So Queen could be male or female. Someone that doesn't really know what they want. They're not very sure. They might have difficulty communicating or being very communicative, or in part that could be because they don't even know what they want. So here you're worried about strategies. This person has no strategy. They don't even know what they want. They're very unclear, maybe unclear about communicating things. If this is a vibe, it's just there's a lot of lack of clarity here about what intuition, what's going on, what is happening here. There just nobody might know. Maybe you're worried about people knowing and using different strategies, but the possibility is that nobody knows what they want here. And it's all very unclear. There's not a clear communication or a clear idea of where we might be going. And this could all be internal too, like just inside. Nobody here could know what they want, or somebody here really doesn't know what they want and really is unclear on who they are. And so there could be some someone could be just really unclear on who they are. It could be you, it could be somebody else, and it could be the situation too. There's just a lack of understanding and a lack of clarity. In your environment, Two of Pentacles, there could just be a lot on your plate here. Very busy, not sure you can handle everything. A lot going on here. There's just a lot going on, and each thing requires its individual attention. These are things that don't blend well, don't mesh well, and you're just having to juggle a lot. You can do it, but it feels a little precarious and a little on edge here. And here you're just kind of struggling to hold on here. You have maybe added something into your life here. Something's been added in, and it's a little bit complicated and it's a little bit difficult. You're trying to juggle it all, but it may be very difficult. You're doing it, but this could be the rite of passage here of just like, yeah, well, if you want to make this transition over to this thing, you got to add this thing in first, and it's going to just be a lot to juggle right here, right now. So you're just having to deal with a lot of different things right now. Your to-do list, or where you're putting your energy, or where the energy you want to engage with, or your opportunity for growth is here with this Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles is planning, so we're worried about strategy, but Knight of Pentacles says we've got a vision, a long-term vision. I love how the Knight of Pentacles is coming below this King of Pentacles. We have something here. It's almost like take a step back and really think about where this is going and plan out more longer term, figuring out. So the Knight of Pentacles is very slow moving, no rushing ahead. The King of Pentacles got where he got because of slow moving energy, because of thoughtfulness and carefulness. The Knight of Pentacles is below that. The Knight of Pentacles is about communication, slow, steady communication, slow growth. If any at all. It's about a long-term, long-range vision, long-term plan. You may have a lot on your plate right now, but it could be all in service of something more long-term, so it's like this. There's an idea here, there's a hope here, and we're looking to the future, hopefully, but we want to make sure we make careful steps, sure-footed steps, and we go carefully and move I want to say almost strategically, because we have this King of Pentacles, and this is someone in our environment. This person knows how to go slow, knows how to build steadily, and this Knight of Pentacles is, moving very slowly, inspired, excited about the future, looking to the future. And where the future that they're looking at here is the Sun card, this bright clarity, growth. We're looking for growth. We've got growth. Here we've got the Sun sort of reversed. There's not any clarity. It's all very, very muddy and not a clear vision here. But one of our possible outcomes where we could be heading here is into a lot of clarity. But we're going to want slow moving communication. We want to test each. This is reminding me of a sure-footed pony who's, testing each step before it takes a step. If you've ever been horseback riding in rough terrain and mountains, that you're really trusting the horse to not just like trot through confidently over a scree, but to this horse knows this terrain, and it's testing, it's figuring out, it's seeing, it knows something very intuitively. So in some ways I'm seeing this Knight of Pentacles as allowing your intuition to take you very slowly forward, take you slowly into something forward. And the Sun card is just beautiful. It's reminding me of this Freedom card, this lightness, this growth, this freedom, this something very beautiful. We start off with this death, this huge transformation. We've been through this big change, maybe a big loss, and we're heading into the Sun card of joy, a place, a time, a moment of joy, of happiness, of clarity. And how we're going to get there is very slowly, and very methodically, but and with a dream and a vision, and we can see it. So I like this, because where are you being called to? You're being called into this clarity, but you're also being called very slowly, moving very slowly. Oh, balance. Damn, look at this balance card. Having to balance a lot and juggle a lot. I really like this. They're both in these precarious little spots here, doing what they can, juggling, balancing a lot of things here. So, all right, Aquarius, I hope that was helpful for you, and I hope you have a great week. And if you didn't figure it out already, my schedule is really, I have a lot on my plate right now, and sort of happened accidentally. So my readings are going to be a little slow over the next little bit. So anyway, see you next time.